Alright guys, welcome to ECTA. I'm Al from Summit, and today we're just going to talk cars. You guys brought two incredible pieces with you to the race. So can you tell us about this car? All hand built, I understand, right?
Everything was built from scratch.
Yeah. By his shop.
That is awesome. What's the name of your shop?
The Garage Shop, Denver, North Carolina.
The Garage Shop, awesome. Super cool car. I love old historic NASCAR stuff. And the Daytona's awesome. This is awesome. What engine you guys got in this?
This one's got a Roush Yates FR9.
Okay.
Current Cup engine in it.
That's awesome.
And so we've had a lot of experience with the Roush engines. We've been with those guys 10 years. They did Project 39, the 200-mile-an-hour rat rod. They did the engines for that. And
excellent.
in our Cup car. So those have been big speed cars here. So we're looking forward to seeing some really good speed out of these cars this weekend.
Excellent. Any idea how fast this will go? You think this will be faster, or you think the...
I'll let Vance answer that. He's the aero engineer.
I think that...
The wing car? Yeah.
That's my bet. But this is the first time these cars have been run. Like they have zero.
So this is event one.
Event one.
That's a way to break them in, you know. Show up at the mile and a quarter and go at it, you know. That's incredible. So we'll talk about the wing car when it comes up next, but you guys built this entire car, body, chassis.
Well, we found, Vance and I down in Florida, we found this old Torino, and I called Vance. I said, "Do you think we need to pick this up?" And he's like, "Whoa, yeah, why not?"
Sure.
so we picked it up, and it sat behind the barn at the farm for, I don't know, a year.
Yeah.
We were building the Daytona, and we got the Daytona done, and Vance was like,
It's
Take
like,
both
well,
of them.
No, it's like, well, if we're going to do Aero Wars,
right.
we got to do Aero Wars.
Yeah.
You can't race with one car, you got to have two. And so
yeah.
that's why the whole idea then of bringing the Talladega into the picture as well.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and then I'll just
Absolutely
also point
awesome.
out, in a minute, you'll see that we have a 1969 Ford Talladega stock in line here.
Oh, really?
So
Awesome.
So we thought it'd be cool to bring the original Talladega along with the one that he built.
That
Yeah.
is fantastic.
"You guys come up later, we'll get them out and get some pictures side by
Absolutely
side."
will,
That'd be a lot of
yeah.
fun.
We're going to have a couple of our social guys here covering the whole event, so we're absolutely going to come by and see y'all and talk about the cars and check them out in person. So, well, let's roll up the Daytona next. Let's roll that up, and we'll take a look at that and get some video of that too.
Perfect.
Awesome. Good job, guys. Killer cars. So, guys, this is 2 of 3 cars that you brought. So this is a Daytona patterned after the infamous wing cars from 69 and 70 that Dodge had when they dominated and were killing everybody. And these cars, if I remember, were outlawed then, weren't they?
1971.
They changed
Yeah.
the rules, so they had to only run 305 cubic inch motors in them, and then they weren't competitive anymore. So
Okay. Neat piece of history. I grew up, so my buddies and I all grew up loving all these historic race cars. Built the Petty Superbird model kits when we were kids. I think I won like a county fair ribbon or something when I was a kid building that thing. But these cars to me are just near and dear to my heart. I still have a good friend of mine, Eli Martin in Cincinnati. He owns 3 wing cars. So we grew up around this stuff, and I just love this car. What power plant do you have in this? That's a Dodge Cup
That's
motor,
a
right?
Penske Dodge R6 P8. It was the last generation of Penske engine. And we decided that the Hemi was really a great engine, but it just does not make the power and the RPM that this does. It's 358 cubic inches, 10,200 RPM.
Wow.
So
That's awesome. That'll get your attention.
right,
Yeah.
it's hard to beat RPM.
over 900 horsepower.
That's fantastic. Man, what a beautiful car. And this car is awesome because under the hood, I mean, the detail work is incredible on this car. I mean, it's like a show car. You guys build beautiful stuff.
Well, the good thing about what we do is all the guys that work in my shop, we have 15 full-time employees. They're all ex-NASCAR guys from back when we had to build a Cup car, not staple it together with super glue.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
it wasn't a bunch of laser cut stuff. All those cars were handcrafted. And to bring that group of people together again, this is a result of that. You know, it's all handcrafted, thought out, all, trial and error. But that's the quality of Cup cars, what they were 20 years ago. Which is
Yeah.
kind of unlike what they got today a little bit. They're shiny, but they just don't have the love in them
Yeah,
that they have
kind of
now.
silhouette cars now, and pretty spec cars. Still neat form of racing, but you're right, it's different. Way back in the day, I mean, heck, when these cars were new, weren't these cars like bodies in white,
Yep.
put a cage in it,
Yep.
and go out? And these guys like like Petty, the guy's going 200 plus miles an hour back then. It's like,
In a street car with no carpet.
right, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's crazy. It's like, you guys did what? And, you know, that's what they did. That's what race car drivers did.
And we're working on a project right now. We have a podcast on our YouTube channel. It's the Garage Shop Insider. We've had Donnie Allison on and Bobby Allison,
awesome.
Dave Marcus come on, and they talked
yeah.
about what it was like to drive these cars back and go 200 miles an hour in them. And we just actually stopped and seen Darrell Waltrip. He's a really good friend of ours, and he'll be
that's
on the
fantastic.
podcast Monday night.
Oh, awesome. I'm going to check that out for sure. That
and these
sounds
guys
great,
talk
man.
about racing like it used to be, and that's one of the productions we're working on with Vance right now and his company, Zaya Creations, that we're preserving the past to present it to the future so people don't forget where these guys came from and how racing evolved.
Yeah.
So it looks
That's
old,
excellent.
but it's not old.
Yeah, it's all current
It's safe.
technology. I love it. I mean, you look at this car, and when I first saw it in line, I'm like, oh my gosh, is that an original wing car? And then I walk up, I'm like, oh no, it's way better than an original wing car. It's awesome. You guys did a beautiful job with this. I'll be rooting for you this weekend. It's one of my favorite cars here. Super cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, pleasure
Thank you,
meeting you
sir.
guys. Yep.
Pleasure
Have a great
meeting you
day.
too.
Good
Thank
luck
you.
this weekend, fellas.
Thanks.